everybody, and welcome to Poland Daily Travel. I am your host, Will Richardson. With me in the studio, Nicholas, the inimitable, sartorially resplendent Richardson.
Thank you. Delighted to be here once more.
Yeah, the middle was too long.
It was, yes. But you're American. It takes time to master our language.
It was a bit,
You're a bit verbose.
A bit verbose, mellifluously so, though.
Yes, true.
I would say.
Well, yes.
Not
flowing like honey.
Yeah. I would like to introduce from talent our favorite anti-disestablishmentarialist, Harold von Kursk.
Good evening, Will.
Good evening, sir. And in the last thrilling episode, we were talking about Krakow and its many delights, because Krakow is certainly one of the gems, not only of Central Europe, but of Europe and the world, which is why I guess it's like Prague, they're often lumped together as these sort of UNESCO pearls of the past.
They are pearls, yes.
They are, yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
You can't have a bad time in Krakow unless there's too many tourists and they start stepping on your feet.
Yes, that's the only disadvantage.
Because it is incredibly popular.
Very much so.
A lot of people, their introduction to Poland is
one of
Krakow.
the less desirable features, of course, with the advent of, although that's probably going to change slightly, with the advent of budget airlines, was that Krakow became a very popular destination.
That's right.
For sort of stag weekends.
From Britain.
Yes.
So you get a bunch of guys...
Of people who should have been detained before they even set foot on the airplane.
Detained before... They're just rounded up and put in the field to fight it out.
It's very unfortunate, because they create a very poor impression of the country, of course.
Well, they create a poor impression of the country in their own country.
Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. And when they get here, it's even worse. And of course, but part of the problem is that you have these bars which cater to them because they sell strong alcohol at incredibly cheap prices.
Well, we don't want to discourage people from coming to Poland.
What we need are more sensible tourists who are coming to...
The people who run the bars are going, no, don't say that.
I know, they are good. But
bring them here, we'll give them some Polish vodka.
There is much more to Krakow than cheap alcohol, of course. I mean, and it's a marvellous museum, and they have one of the Leonardo paintings.
They have the lady in ermine.
The lady with ermine, yes.
The lady with ermine or in ermine?
No, she's with. She's actually holding the ermine.
She's holding an actual ermine animal.
An ermine is an animal, yes.
That's right, an ermine is an animal. Say that fast a few times.
An ermine is an animal.
Say it like 5 times. Harold, can you say an ermine is an animal quickly?
An ermine is an animal.
Good Lord, you fellas have... you must have done your exercises before you got on the program tonight. I don't know.
It's a product of an Ivy League education, sir.
Ivy League, is that right?
Yes, yes.
I didn't go to college. I barely got out of PS 132.
Yeah.
You went to the Ivy League of the South at Emory.
Nah,
where?
Emory? No,
Emory.
I studied groundskeeping at Emory. Yeah. I drove the dump truck. I was very successful.
By the way, with respect to the British invasion of yore, I think that thanks to the coronavirus, not to Brexit, although that's another reason for banning the British from coming to Poland, but thanks to the coronavirus, the UK residents may not be allowed to visit Poland this year.
Because, this is another thing. They're talking about banning Americans, too.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
No.
It's not good. I suppose you could quarantine people.
A Trump-free zone, safe space.
Krakow.
Yes.
You always want to talk about Trump. I don't care about him.
Oh, sorry. It's...
This is a travel program. I don't
Would you say that Krakow trumps...
He doesn't care about us. I don't care about him.
Would you say that Krakow trumps Prague?
Actually, he loves Poland, though. What?
Do you think Krakow trumps Prague in beauty as a city?
Do I think Krakow trumps Prague? I said don't use that word.
But I'm using it in a different connotation, of course, like from a card game. I know you said, but I was actually using the word to keep Harold happy, in a way also keeping you happy, you see.
Why are you torturing me in this way?
I'm not torturing you. You're being exposed to superior British diplomacy.
You want me to answer your question?
Yeah.
I think Krakow has a much better shopping center in the train station than there is in Prague.
Yes.
In fact, there isn't one.
But I don't think many of us would actually go to Krakow primarily to use a railway adjacent shopping centre.
It's like a huge shopping mall.
I know, but I mean, you don't go to Krakow to go.
Harold, would you
shopping.
go to Krakow to go to their shopping mall?
I don't know, but I'm seriously inclined now. I would always like to trumpet your praises.
No, stop it. Trumpet. You guys are torturing me here. Okay, look. So, Krakow, you mentioned in a previous conversation Krzysztof Kieślowski, the great director, and he shot a film, The Double Life of Veronica, in Krakow, a lot of it anyway. Some of it in the main square, as I remember.
Yes.
She's walking through the main square. Yeah. That's one of your favorite films, isn't it, Harold?
Yes, it's, I think, one of the most beautifully haunting films in the last half century. And Irene Jacob, I believe that's the name of the actress, she was just resplendent in that. And of course, she eventually went on to play in Red, which I think is possibly Kieślowski's masterpiece.
Yes, everybody should go back and get the full library of Kieślowski films and watch them, because not only are they brilliant films, but they were made on the cusp of Poland changing from communism to back to a republic, and you get some sense of that new freedom in those films, not to mention some beauty of Poland of the time.
And the music, the score for those films, especially, I would say, Blue and Red by Zbigniew Preissner, another great Polish artist. I think Preissner is still alive, is he not?
Yeah. Yes, he lives in Krakow, or he used to anyway.
The life of Kieślowski was cut short because of a botched heart operation in Paris. But he, like Truffaut, died much too young.
That is correct, and I'm glad you put him in the same sentence with Truffaut, because I think he's equally as great. Yeah.
I would rate Kieślowski much
higher. Yeah.
I put
you would rate him higher
at the top 5 directors of the last century, easily.
That's amazing. Yeah. No, he was a great genius, and we do miss him. And as we were saying before, I had the pleasure to interview him on a number of occasions and talk to him about his films. What a lovely guy he was. Krakow, Harold. Okay, here's the deal. We're going to come visit you in Tallinn. I'm going to drag Nikki along with me when we get a break. We'll come for a weekend, and then we'll go to Helsinki. So we'll come for 4 days, okay?
It's a deal.
And then you will come here, and we will drag you to Krakow and show you its wonders, okay?
That sounds interesting.
We'll do a Central European exchange, because we're neighbors, right?
Yes, sir.
And people need to see, and we'll make some program about it or something, yeah? Both trips, and show people what it's like out here. Okay? Through the World Wide Web. I call it the WWW because I am futuristic.
You are, yes.
Yes? Not to say...
You are the future.
Not to say occasionally alien. Okay. Can you give us an impression of...
Of whom?
How about Churchill to take us out? There's your camera right over there. Churchill to take us out.
But when I stand on the quarterdeck of the ship of state and I survey the high seas ahead, I am confident that our people, with their quiet determination, will carry out their duty and guide us safely, as they always have, to the port and safety and our ultimate destination. However difficult the voyage, however strong the tempest, we will prevail, we will arrive safely, in God's good time.
Good Lord, that was almost like Shakespeare. Thank you for watching, folks. As usual, you're looking great. Hit the bell, subscribe, do all those things. I want to thank Harold Gore von Kursk, over there in, up north in beautiful Tallinn, and from the studios in beautiful downtown Warsaw. Bless you. Thank you for watching.